Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here. Let me just get everything right in my headphones. All right, there we go. Oh my gosh, guys. I am a major stress case today. So I'm going to need you all to bring some serenity to the stream on my behalf because I've packed way too much into my life the last couple months. Packing way too much into my life during spooky season, and today in particular, a lot going on. Not everything has been going my way, so yeah, I'm having a bit of a tough time. So hopefully I can get through this stream without having a complete meltdown, but I'm gonna need your guys' help. So thank you so much for joining me for some horror news. It's been a while since we've done one of these because, guys, really there hasn't been much out there other than kind of bullshit, one little bullshit rumor. I think it's a bullshit rumor. We're going to talk about it today just because we actually have other things to talk about, but I didn't want to go live just to talk about something that I think is just kind of not real. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys. Drop a like on the stream. It really helps us get seen, you know, just out there. When people are logging into YouTube, maybe they dig horror, but maybe they haven't found their way over here to the channel yet. And giving a like on the stream or sharing the stream out is a great way to get that going. So appreciate all of you guys that are watching live. If you're watching after the fact, thank you so much for jumping in. Drop on down to the comments below and let me know your thoughts on the news items that we're covering here today. And I guess I'll say this just to get out ahead of it. Guys, if I cover a trailer, it's like 50-50 if people are going to bitch and freak out about me covering a trailer and try to take away the monetization on the whole video. For example, I shared that fake piano killer trailer from Eli Roth. That's all it was, is a fake trailer. And the Jimmy and Stiggs movie, weeks later, just filed a monetization claim on a trailer that's not even a part of their movie. But I guess maybe the trailer was shown before their movie. So yeah, if you're watching this after it's live, you may be like, why is there a chunk missing? It's because some asshole wanted to take away demonetization for 2 minutes of a 2-hour stream. And then if you're watching this after the fact clipped out, well, I guess you're not even going to see this part clipped out. But if you guys ever jump into a news clip and you're like, where's the trailer? Well, usually I try to make it apparent in the editing process. I think there was one last week where WB freaked out. And then I can't remember who the other one was. Who was the other one that freaked out? Because usually there are certain studios that are okay. And a lot of studios, some of the big ones, really don't want you to share their shit. Warner Brothers is like the worst offender. They have a really, really tough time allowing you to show a trailer and talk about a trailer. So anyways, just to explain that, I hope you guys are having a great day. I do have a super chat goal out there. If you guys want to watch Hatchet 2 on the Discord server this weekend, it would be Saturday night. Then let's reach that super chat goal. Again, super chats are just extra. They're just icing on the cake. So, you know, no requirement to you know, submit a super chat or anything like that. And then I also have a poll in the chat because my Yankees are playing in a do or die playoff game. For some reason, I got a sports rant here for you. I know you guys, this is what you come to the channel for. For some reason, in Major League Baseball, they decided to add a wild card team, but the first round of playoffs is only a 3-game series. So lose a game and it's do or die the next game. I think that's a really weird way to treat professional baseball players. To me, that's something that you do in a Little League World Series or in college. But once these guys are making 6 to 7 to 8 figures, maybe every series, maybe the you know, wild card series should be a 5-game series, and then Major League Baseball would make some more money. I don't know, but anyways, my Yankees are playing tonight. I'm just curious to see how you guys feel if they're going to win or lose. They're playing the Red Sox, so it's kind of a coin flip game. We'll see what happens. Yeah, let me jump into the chat, say what's up to you guys, and we'll get going on the news. This one's going to be relatively quick, so we'll just cruise right along. We got Paula Fitzhenry. What's happening, Paula? Lamontre Gillard in the house. Chester Franklin Jr. How you doing, Chester? We got Teal Kit hanging out. What's happening, Teal Kit? Adrian James. How you doing, Adrian? We got Jigsaw. What's happening, Jigsaw? Hope you are doing well. We've got Jay Beach in the house. How are you doing, Jay Beach? Welcome on in. We got Ashton Luck. How are you doing, Ashton? Always a pleasure to see ya. We've got Dean Renner, one of our great Patreon members, channel members, and Death Squad mods. Shout out to all of the Patreon members and all of the YouTube channel members. Guys, we'll give away some memberships tonight. How about that? I've got 10 that I can give away here. So let's just go ahead and have some fun. We got Jeff Overing in the house, one of our great channel members. How you doing, Jeff? So good to see ya. We got Gory Tiger in the house. How are you doing, Gory? Welcome on in. Who else do we have? We've got... Gosh, you guys are really getting going in the chat. I love it. We have Amanda Mendoza in the chat, one of our great channel members. How you doing, Amanda? So great to see ya. Thank you for letting everyone know there, Dean. Really appreciate what you do, man. King Matthew III says, what's up, Davey? How are you doing tonight? Ooh, I'm doing okay, King Matthew. I'm trying to hold it together. We got Gina, a.k.a. My Chunky Jordy, in the chat. How are you doing, Gina? So good to see you. So good to see you. Deep breath. Take a moment, chill out, relax, and enjoy the show. There we go. I'm trying. Yeah, a fake trailer. And then they hit up the one that has the Don't Go in That House Bitch. Another fake trailer. Jimmy and Stiggs hit that one too. It's really, really bizarre. I'm like, that's not part of your movie, guys. It was a fake trailer that ran before your movie. What's happening, Antonis? How you doing, bud? So good to see ya. Yeah, and to do it like 3 weeks after, you know, like Jimmy and Stiggs came out like in August, and it's been like 3 weeks or maybe 2 weeks since I did that video. Really bizarre. Very, very bizarre. We got Sean Laughlin in the house. How you doing, Sean? So great to see ya. We got Jason from Backtrack Cinema says the Blue Jays are waiting for the Yankees or the Red Sox, I guess. I mean, the game hasn't even started yet, so I can't get ahead of myself there. Blue Jays are pretty good this year, but, you know, playoffs, kind of a whole new thing, you know, most of the time. What's happening? We got Jamie Hart in the chat, our OG Death Squad mod and our Mama mod, and also a YouTube channel member. Jamie, how long have you been a member? 13, 14 months? What's going on? Something like that? What's happening? We got Brent Madison says, makes no sense when some channels show full trailers. Well, some of them might not mind, right? If you're going to like demonetize a whole like 2-hour stream because I showed 2 minutes of your thing, I'm just going to opt. There's a, you know, YouTube gives me the option to just cut that part out of the replay. So if somebody jumps into that live stream that has a trailer, you know, like a Superman trailer or whatever Warner Brothers kind of property it would be, then we're just able to, you know, cut it out essentially. But I think some channels, if they're big enough and they've got a big enough revenue stream, they don't have to worry about having, you know, they could do like a 5-minute, 6-minute trailer reaction. It gets demonetized, no big deal, because they're making money on everything else. But I don't make very much. I mean, I'm very, very grateful and happy for what we bring in, especially for how small the channel is. It's pretty awesome, guys. You guys are amazing. So, but yeah, those channels that have hundreds of thousands of subs, it doesn't matter to them. You know, they get by. We got Mr. Banana Monkey in the house. How are you doing, Mr. Banana? Welcome on in. We got Gene Whitcomb. What's happening, Gene? Aaron Click. How you doing, Aaron? We got Jeff Down is Up. What's happening, Jeff Down is Up? Says, welcome to spooky season, everyone. Ooh, welcome on in, Jeff. Is this your first time? Unless you went by a different screen name, I'm not sure. Welcome on in. You're kicking it with the Death Squad. I hope you have a great time. Everybody, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. All that good stuff. It really does help out the channel. Let's see who else we got here. We got Ben Grimm, one of our great channel members. How you doing, Ben? Says the trailers are part of the horror section, Eli Roth's new production company. That same group brought out Jimmy and Stiggs. That's probably why. But it came from Jimmy and Stiggs, Ben. So it's like they're claiming the fake trailers as a piece of their actual movie. There was no claim brought from the horror section. It was all brought from specifically Jimmy and Stiggs was the name. 13 months, almost 14. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. We are all caught up on the chat. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to bring up a little something here just to do some housekeeping before we get going. Here we go. Oh my gosh, all sorts of fun stuff happening on the YouTube today. Let me see here. Is that a little bit too loud? Maybe it is. Okay, there we go. Yes, there we go. Okay, guys, I want to let you know I'm trying to get better at this. I'm trying to get better at sharing what we have coming up on the channel. So here's everything that's coming up. I posted a whole bunch of new live streams and everything for the month of October. There's going to be more than this, so just keep on the lookout. Really, I just want to focus on sharing this one with you guys. Guys, on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we are doing a Friday the 13th tier maker list of the entire franchise. You guys are going to vote live, similarly to what we've done the last few weeks when we've done these live tier maker rankings. And yeah, Friday the 13th, I'm very, very excited. We may have a special guest joining us tomorrow, so that'll be really, really fun. And then right after this, we're going to jump on over to the Discord and we're going to watch VHS Halloween at 10 p.m. Eastern. So it's going to be a little 1.5, 2 hour stream over here, and then jump on over there, do a public watch party. So you don't have to have Shudder. We're just going to stream it. Either Erica or myself will stream it from our computer here at home, and we'll just have a nice Friday night hangout. So yeah, make sure not to miss this. Jump on in, participate. They're really fun. I love seeing where you guys rank all of these films. I don't even vote on them. So I'm at the point where like I just want to see where you guys put each one of these films and then react accordingly. So just wanted to share that with y'all. Hit the notification bell if you haven't already, and that'll make sure that you don't miss anything as far as when new streams are announced and all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm going to bring it right back on over here. There we go. So we have the housekeeping out of the way. Of course, guys, the Discord, absolutely free. Link is in the description below. It's a super fun way to connect with the community in between streams. People are having a lot of fun over there. We have a whole bunch of different channels so you can self-promote. We have a channel where people talk about music and share songs. We've got a channel where Ben Grimm is jumping in every day, sharing the movie news of the day and all that kind of fun stuff. So whole bunch of fun to be had over there on Discord. It's totally free. And another thing I want to let you guys know about, in the description below, there's a link for my Letterboxd, because although I've had Letterboxd for years, I just started writing reviews. They're only like 5 or 6 sentences, just a small paragraph, kind of gives you an idea, you know, along with the star rating, if this movie is something that I would recommend to you. So, you know, just follow me on over there at Letterboxd if you'd like to. And having said that, let's get into the news. How about it? We got Jeff from John Doe Juggalo in the house. What's happening, Jeff? So good to see you, bud. Great to see you there. Who else do we have? It looks like we are all caught up. Okay, great. Great. Okay, let's see what we got for the first little bit of news. Okay, guys, let's talk about this Friday the 13th quote-unquote news, right? Let's cover this shit. Oh my goodness, this was posted all the way last month. Is this still too loud? I think it's still too loud. I don't know what's up with the background music. It like fluctuates on how loud it is. I don't know what's going on. Did you guys notice that I got a haircut? Did you guys notice that I'm looking a little bit cleaner? How about it? How about it? Okay, let's go ahead and jump on over there. Okay, cool. All right, guys, so just at the end of September, we got what I struggle to call news, because really this is just rumor territory. Take it with the biggest grain of salt, because I don't think that there's much credence to this, but it's something people are talking about. And I figured that now that we're covering a few other news stories, we might as well jump in and talk about this. I've briefly touched on it on previous streams, but let's go ahead and dive into this article from John Squires over at Bloody Disgusting. The headline reads, pro wrestler Braun Strowman wants to play Jason Voorhees in next Friday the 13th movie. And we got a shot of Braun Strowman. Guys, I stopped paying attention to wrestling in like 1990. So when it was like Mr. Perfect and Bret the Hitman Hart and the Ultimate Warrior was relatively new, that's when I stopped paying attention. And this is, I think this is WWE that this guy is a part of. So let's go ahead and check out this article. Jason Voorhees just returned to the screen for the first time in 16 years with the official Jason Universe short film, Sweet Revenge, and the character will next be seen on screen in the Peacock prequel television series, Crystal Lake. The latter project is expected to center on Jason as a child, but when might we see the classic adult Voorhees back on the big screen? There's no doubt a new Friday the 13th movie will eventually come along, and one person who's throwing his hat into the ring to play the next Jason Voorhees is pro wrestler / actor Adam Scherr, best known for portraying Braun Strowman in WWE. Strowman was known as, quote, the monster of all monsters, end quote, and now he's setting his sights on the monster of Crystal Lake. Chatting with Collider about his role in the upcoming sequel Deathgasm 2, Adam Scherr reveals that his dream role is to play Jason Voorhees in the next Friday the 13th movie. The artist formerly known as Braun Strowman even seems to suggest there have been legitimate talks about him slapping on the hockey mask and hacking up some horny teenagers. Scherr teases, quote, there may be some talks about it with people that I know and my agency. If we could ever get everybody to get back on the same page and allow things to work, I might be the next Voorhees, end quote. He jokes, quote, I would gladly shave this beard off to play that character. Following the publication of that interview with Collider, Adam Scherr has taken to social media this week to share an AI-generated image of himself wearing the iconic hockey mask. He captioned the image, quote, could you imagine? End quote. One thing's for certain, if Scherr does end up landing the role of a lifetime, he would undoubtedly be the most jacked Jason we've ever seen. Is this just all wishful thinking on Adam? Almost got that one right. Is this all just wishful thinking from Adam Scherr, or has he really been in talks to play Jason in some kind of project that hasn't yet been announced? Stay tuned for more as we learn it. Okay, so at least this article makes it sound a little more reasonable. I'm just going to leave jacked up Braun Strowman there on the screen while we chat. Even though Bloody Disgusting's website doesn't want to play along with me, but whatever. Yeah, so guys, this just all sounds like wishful thinking, you know, like it says at the bottom of the article there. This doesn't sound like anything that has any bearing in reality. Oh my gosh, this is... I'm trying not to have a meltdown, guys. I'm really trying. This is just maddening to me. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. We're going to reset. Whew. Okay, so yeah, this just all seems like wishful thinking on Adam Scherr's part. I mean, like, there's some people that I know and we had some talks. If we could get everyone on the same page, maybe I could do this thing. It's like all of these conditionals and ifs and what ifs, and we don't even know who he's really talked to. So what, his agency has like talked to somebody about playing Jason? I mean, as far as I know, Skylar White is the Jason right now, right? He played him in Sweet Revenge, so you know, of course they're probably going to open up the floor to see if there's a better fit, but I think there's nothing wrong with Skylar White and his like size and his, you know, the kind of shape he's in. I think it's really the mask and the way that they dressed him up that made Jason look like skinny and small and all that kind of stuff, because Skylar White is not skinny or small. So I don't know. I don't know this character. Maybe some of you guys who are wrestling fans, maybe you can fill me in on how good of a performer Adam Scherr is. I'm not quite sure. He looks a little big, which is okay. I read he's 6'8" somewhere. I didn't like it when Michael Myers was 6'8". I thought it was way too big, but that's Michael Myers. I like when Michael Myers is kind of like the size of a regular dude-ish. Now with Jason, I guess you can go a little more hulking, but keep in mind, like, Kane Hodder wasn't even 6 feet tall. Like probably 5'11" with boots on. But the way they shot him and the way they dressed him up made him look really big. And so I don't know that we need like a 6'8" Jason, like, you know, struggling to get through the cabin doorway or anything like that. So yeah, we'll see. I just wanted to cover this one really quick because it's making the rounds out there. People are sharing the story with me, and I've seen a whole bunch of content creators sharing that Collider quote, which Collider, giant grain of salt anytime Collider says something. I'm just going to put that out there right now. Like, wait until it's Hollywood Reporter or Deadline or Bloody Disgusting or something like that, because Collider is clickbait city. You know, they're just going to be like, WWE star says he's going to play Jason Voorhees. Like, they'll just put out a quote like that, and then it sends everybody into a frenzy. But yeah, to me, this is just wishful thinking. You know, Sid Vicious did the same thing when he tried out for the Sex Pistols after they, you know, lost Glenn Matlock. I don't know if Glenn Matlock quit or if they fired him from the band, but he was the original bassist. He wrote a lot of the songs. And Sid Vicious didn't even have the job. He auditioned for the band and then went out and said, like, yep, I'm the new bassist for the Sex Pistols. And they were put in this spot where they were like, fuck, I guess we're going to let him be the new bassist because he just went out and said he was. So maybe Adam Scherr is just trying to manifest that destiny there. So, hey, more power to him. I guess like anything else, I'll have to, you know, I'll believe it when I see it. And then once I actually see the next person dressed up as Jason, I'll be able to judge accordingly. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the live chat. Let me know what you think if you're watching after the fact. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share the channel with someone who you think would dig this kind of content, because we cover horror news all the time on the channel. Movies, TVs, rumors like this thing. Heck, we even get into like video games and comic books. As long as it tickles our fancy or piques our interest, we're going to cover it here on the channel. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Okay, we got the chats popping off. So let's see what we got here. You jump all the way back. Yeah, the Discord is really fun. It is really fun, isn't it, Gene? Isn't it, Gene? Well, this isn't, I mean, this is just coming from him. This isn't coming from the Friday the 13th people, though. I mean, we can trust that he's saying this, so it's just him saying it, though. What's up, Mike Bomb? How are you doing, man? So great to see ya. MJ608 jumping on in says, what up, Davey? I'm a big wrestling fan, but I really wish they would just bring back Derek Mears. Best Jason by far. I love Derek Mears as Jason. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that. I would take it if he were up for it and physically able. I think he's still young enough to play Jason at least one more time. Yeah. Let's see what else we got going on here. With both Derek Mears and Kane Hodder both alive and well to do a movie, this is stupid. Yeah, I think I don't think Kane would work as Jason anymore. But I think Derek could still do it. I'm a big fan of Braun Strowman. I think he'd be a good fit, says Prince. How are you doing, Prince? Welcome on in. CJ Graham is a close second to Kane. I love CJ Graham's Jason. I mean, Richard, there's so many good ones. I don't even know if I can pick a favorite. I don't even know if I could. Yeah, I love the look of Jason in the 09 remake. Pretty damn good shit right there. We got MAGA Cat jumping in and signing up for a YouTube membership. Thank you so much, MAGA. Really appreciate it, bud. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much. And that reminds me, I have to gift some YouTube channel members or memberships. So let me go ahead and do that. Membership gifting. Okay. I'm going to send 5 channel memberships right now. There we go. Let's see who gets those. Paula Fitzhenry, Brett Patrick, Dark Room Reviews, Josh G and Mud Nelson. Welcome to channel membership. And let's just go ahead and gift the other 5 right now as well. So we'll have 10 new channel members. And that round of memberships goes out to Tom, Live to Fish Rourke, Michael Russo, ooh, neighbor Mike. Oh, it's Rudy, and Johan Sebastian Bach. How about it, Johan? Welcome, channel members, including our guy, MAGA Cat. Welcome on in. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, I don't know. Ted White will always be my favorite. Yeah, that's a great performance of Jason. He's got some get up and go in that one, Jamie. Yeah, he runs, he grunts, all that stuff. Love it. If they can't bring back Mears, Kane or Mears, bring back CJ Graham. Braun has serious leg issues. Yeah, I have no idea. I would say Mears out of those 3. Graham and Kane are just, a little up there in age. Nothing against them. They're just up there, and it's just like one of those things where, do you want Jason to be physically imposing or not? Because I don't think it's as specific as Nick Castle playing Michael Myers. Like, Nick Castle has movements and the way that he walks and everything that no one has been able to really replicate. James Jude Courtney came really close, but with Jason, they were switching out actors almost every movie until they ran into Kane, and now we've had more movies since Kane without him, so, and he's in the worst movies. Like, everyone loves Kane as Jason, I get it, but God, he's in the worst movies, guys. For real. What's happening, Ryan Underwood? Hey, Ryan, maybe you could play Jason. You're pretty jacked. How about it, Ryan? One of our great channel members there. All right, let's go ahead and jump on into the next story here. Oh, yeah. Guys, I saw this news roll in very, very early this morning. And I'm very curious to see what's going on with this. So let's go ahead and jump on in. Let me make sure I don't have anything misspelled or anything like that. There we go. Okay, cool. We're good. All right, guys. So just yesterday, was it yesterday? 7 hours ago. Oh, okay. No. All right, guys. So just earlier today, we had some news drop on the Legacy sequel for Return of the Living Dead, which I think is just going to be called Return of the Living Dead. So they're taking a page out of Halloween 2018's book here. And, haven't really heard much about this since the teaser trailer dropped. It must have been last December of 2024, I believe, when they dropped that teaser. I even just saw Barry from Wolfman's Got Nards maybe like a day and a half ago or 2 days ago post on Twitter where he's like, guys, I don't think we're getting this Return of the Living Dead movie. And then boom, it's almost like the universe knew that Barry was speaking and wanted to respond, because we just got news here that Devon Sawa has joined the cast of the Return of the Living Dead sequel. This article comes to us by way of John Squires over at Bloody Disgusting. Now, for all of you guys watching live, I'm very curious to know your thoughts on the franchise on a whole. And I guess particularly the very first movie, because I get the idea that this is going to be a direct sequel to the first movie in the franchise. So let me know your thoughts in the live chat. If you're watching after the fact, jump on into the comments. Let me know how you feel about the Return of the Living Dead franchise. And let's jump on into this article and see what we got. So the article says, after 5 films and a 20-year break, the Return of the Living Dead franchise is gearing up for a return with a brand new reboot movie, and the cast is growing this week. The Hollywood Reporter brings us word that Devon Sawa has joined the cast of Return of the Living Dead from Living Dead Media and director Steve Walsh, a brand new Christmas-themed sequel to the horror comedy classic. The Hollywood Reporter reports this morning, Devon Sawa will... I'm going to start that whole fucking paragraph over again. THR reports this morning, quote, Devon Sawa will play the role of Isaac Horton alongside new cast members Casimir Cash Jolett as Delilah Horton and Kinley Hyman as Sophia Horton, end quote. Additionally, Alex Ward will play horror icon Tarman. Check out the original announcement teaser for the film project below. The Hollywood Reporter notes that production is underway and will continue through this coming winter. The news story takes place in a small Pennsylvania town over Christmas, and it's set in 1985, 18 months after the events of the original film. Quote, fans of the film will know not to expect to see any returning characters given their terrible fates in the original. Which Living Dead, I'm just going to say that all over again. Good God, y'all. Quote, fans of the film will know not to expect to see any returning characters given their terrible fates in the original, Living Dead Media explains. According to Walsh, this is not a reboot or a remake, but a brand new adventure, and it won't in any way trample the original film's legacy. We'll see. Audiences can expect to be welcomed back into the dark-humored, sexy, edgy, trioxin-fueled world horror fans first encountered in 1985. All right, now the article continues to say, the production is called in SFX. I don't like that. I'm just going to say special effects. So the article goes on to say, the production is called in special effects legend Tony Gardner to establish the zombie look for the story. Tony and his team at Alterian Inc. were first tasked with creating a Tarman true to the original, but evolved, more realistic and scarier, using decades of experience and modern technology and material to create amazing old-school practical effects. Gardner said, quote, to be able to up the horror but be true to its roots, I feel like I'm the perfect person for the job, and I'm really excited, end quote. One of the greatest horror comedies of all time, Dan O'Bannon's 1985 movie, The Return of the Living Dead, ended up launching a franchise that to date includes 5 total movies. Now, I would play the teaser here, but this is about a year old. I don't see the reason to really dive into that right now, but I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts on this upcoming sequel, your thoughts on the franchise on a whole, and how do you feel about Devon Sawa's involvement? I think, most people are probably going to have a pretty good response to this. He's been involved in horror for quite some time now, starting out with Idle Hands, and then, of course, most recently with Chucky and some other stuff in between there as well. So, yeah, I think this is good news to bring a name that people like and people recognize. Now, does that mean the story is going to be good? Does that mean it's going to even come close to living up to the original? Does that mean that it won't trample or sully the legacy of the original? I'm not sure. And I can guarantee you we're not getting this movie this Christmas. They're probably going to shoot for Christmas of 2026, I would imagine. So, yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts in the live chat. If you're watching after the fact, jump on into the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share the channel with someone who you think would dig this kind of content, because we cover horror news all the time on the channel. So, movies, rumors, TV shows, comic books, video games, whatever, as long as it piques our interest or tickles our fancy, we're going to cover it right here. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Okay, guys, let me jump on in and hang out with Chow in the chat. Do the zombies dance to Footloose in this? I don't know. In the original? No, they don't in the original. Devon Sawa on Return of the Living Dead, I'm so down for that. I think most people are going to feel that way, Jamie. That is disappointing to hear, says Jay. Welcome on in, Jay. I get Sawa was a heartthrob when he was a teen, but he kind of sucks. I'd prefer him not to be in Return of the Living Dead, but oh well. Does he suck as an actor? I don't know. I'm not sure. Holy cow, we have 29 people watching. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for jumping on in and hanging out with me. Make sure you hit that like button and all that good stuff. Yeah, Teal Kit, you're just hearing about this the first time? Do you guys want to watch the trailer? Do you want to watch the teaser trailer since Teal Kit hasn't seen it? It's hardly anything at all, Teal Kit, but we can jump in and check it out. It's Anton time. Return of the Living Dead is one of my favorite 80s movies. I absolutely love it, says Jamie. The sequel, the only thing I remember about it is that Dana Ashbrook was in it. Yeah, I think I've only seen the first sequel. Yeah. Oh, the guy that plays Bobby's in there? Oh my gosh, which movie did I watch just the other day? And, oh, what movie was that? The old like fisherman guy from that very first episode of Twin Peaks was in it. What the heck movie? I've been watching way too many movies lately. I can't keep anything straight. That's why I watch the movie and immediately review it. We got Robert the Wolfman in the chat. Ow, ow! Says, what up, sluts? Nothing much, Hobag. How you doing? How you doing? All right, there we go. Let's see. All right, so it sounds like Teal Kit, you can watch the little teaser on your own time, it sounds like. Pete Martell, yeah, what the heck was he in? What was it that he was in? The Blob? Was it The Blob? I think it might have been The Blob. Yeah, is he in The Blob, Jamie? I think he's in The Blob. I'm going to say The Blob one more time. Okay, that's it. All right. Okay, guys. So this is it. We really just have these 3 stories. There's some other stuff. There's like another Black Phone 2 trailer. The studio freaks out when I share the Black Phone stuff, so I'm not going to do that. And also, like, I've already shown 2 trailers on the news. Like, we don't need to keep on showing that. And there's some more Shelby Oaks stuff, but I've just been covering that to death. So I'm lifting up the gas pedal on the Shelby Oaks stuff. But this one I'm interested in because it's been a while since we've had a zombie movie. I do think that Daisy Ridley is a good performer. You know, she didn't write the Star Wars movies she was in, but I think she did pretty good for what she was given there. And I watched this trailer just the other day and I was like, okay, this looks interesting. I'm picking up some Romero vibes on this one, so I wanted to jump in and share it with you guys and kind of, essentially like take your temperature. Is this something that you want me to continue, to cover? So I'm going to have a little sip of water and we're going to get right into it. All right, guys, just yesterday we got a news article here about a brand new zombie film that is coming up here, and it's got Rey from the Star Wars sequel trilogy. Daisy Ridley herself is starring in this one. This article comes to us by way of Megan Navarro over at Bloody Disgusting, and the headline reads, Daisy Ridley ventures into eerie zombie quarantine zone in We Bury the Dead teaser. So let's check this article out. We got a nice shot there of some zombies. I know zombies aren't everyone's cup of tea. I get it. I think it was very saturated for a while. I sort of took a step back because I thought The Walking Dead was a dreadful show, just not very good as a television show. I like the comic, not interested in watching it on TV. So maybe the saturation thing is still out there for people who are more like the TV watching audience. Maybe it is. I'm not sure, but I love the Romero zombie films. So whenever I see something that looks a little bit different, kind of a unique spin on things, it's definitely gonna, perk my ears and eyes up a little bit. So let's check out this article here by Megan Navarro. And the article reads, Star Wars' Daisy Ridley is venturing into a quarantine zone that brings the dead back to life in the new teaser for We Bury the Dead. Vertical will release the zombie film in theaters on January 2nd, 2026. Why did I say that so weird? Vertical will release the zombie film in theaters on January 2nd, 2026. After a catastrophic American military experiment results in mass casualties across Tasmania, Ava joins a body retrieval unit to help identify the dead and search for her husband on the southern part of the island. As Ava makes her way south across the ravaged landscape, she soon learns that some of the victims of the disaster are coming back to life. We Bury the Dead is written and directed by Zach Hilditch, who did 1922. And co-stars are Brenton Thwaites, Mark Cole-Smith, and Matt Whelan. Quote, We Bury the Dead has been a true labor of love since day one from everyone involved, and it's been great seeing the responses to the film so far. I can't wait for a wider audience to experience the film on the screen. Oh, got so close. Hilditch says in a statement, quote, We Bury the Dead has been a true labor of love since day one from everyone involved, and it's been great seeing the responses to the film so far. I can't wait for a wider audience to experience the film on the big screen across North America. And Daisy Ridley added, quote, Zach has created a unique, terrifying tale about the undead and how far the living will go to reunite with their loved ones. I was thrilled to be a part of bringing this nightmare to life, and I can't wait to share the movie with the world. While We Bury the Dead favors drama over horror, Hilditch ensures his zombies have bite. And Megan Navarro wrote in her South by Southwest review, quote, Hilditch peppers in a few intense horror sequences that get the pulse pounding, making you wish he'd commit more fully to exploring the rules of this new type of outbreak more fully. Okay, so it sounds like this is maybe a little light on the horror. So I don't know. The trailer makes it look like it could be a whole crazy thing. So let's go ahead and check out this trailer together. I'm going to mute the music. There we go. And then I'm going to make sure this doesn't blow our ears off. Okay, so we should be good. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the official teaser trailer for We Bury the Dead. All right, let's go ahead and watch that back. I'm going to mute it. Super short teaser. I'd actually hate the Yankees, so I'm hoping they lose. It makes zero sense to root for the Boston Red Sox, though, right? Why would you root for the Red Sox and not the Yankees? I don't know. Yeah, this one looks pretty good. Not a big zombie movie fan, but this one looks interesting and slightly different. Yeah, it's got that more real world kind of look, almost like the way that When Evil Lurks kind of had that real feel to it, Christopher Nolan kind of, high drama kind of vibe going on there. Yeah, for sure. I haven't seen Daisy Ridley really in anything other than the Star Wars movies. And again, I don't think the issues that I have with those movies, I quite like The Force Awakens. But the issues that I have with that trilogy don't really stem from anything that she did. She didn't write any of the character decisions or anything like that. So she looks good here. The whole thing looks good. I'm digging it. I am digging what we're seeing here from We Bury the Dead. Let's see here. I don't know. The Walking Dead left a bad taste in my mouth. Yeah, The Walking Dead is bad. It's bad. It is one of the biggest offenders. I think it's the show that kicked off me not wanting to watch TV shows. It is the show that made me realize, oh, fuck, television is just there to waste your time. That's all. It's not even here to tell a complete story. TV doesn't care. TV just does not care. It's like the worst, capitalist in the room. It's just like, no, we're just going to, keep on stringing you along, Frankie D says, hi, Davey in chat. I'm a big fan of Return of the Living Dead. It's one of my all-time favorite zombie movies. As a franchise, I only care for the first 3 films and prefer 3 much more than 2. As for the upcoming movie, I'm somewhat indifferent to it at the moment. I'll stay grounded and see how it is once it's released. Yeah, that's what I do too, is, I don't build up the hype myself, It's more about seeing what they're laying out for you and seeing if it's something that resonates ultimately with you, Absolutely. Ridley was awesome in The Marsh King's Daughter. The Cleaner was very rough, though. Oh, I haven't seen either of those. Yeah. The Walking Dead was so boring, nobody cared about it. Unfortunately, a lot of people cared about it because it's got 2 spin-offs or whatever. It's crazy. Yeah. Is similar to what I did with Stranger Things. Those 2 were the 2 TV shows that really got me off of watching television regularly. Because I watched the first 2 seasons and they're basically the second season is a rehash of the first. So The Last of Us greater than The Walking Dead. Yeah, I don't really have any interest in watching The Last of Us either. I don't know if I can watch the Potato Head Girl actress. I don't know if I can look at that. I don't know if I can look at that for real. It's crazy to me. I thought Z Nation was better. Yeah, I've never seen that. Of course, that's a generalization about TV, Davey, but it is often true. Well, yeah. I mean, I can't preface everything that's a generalization by saying it's a generalization. It should be assumed. Of course, there's going to be exceptions. Yeah, this is, yeah, I'm not, I just mean TV in general, not very good. You made the right choice, Jeff. You made the right choice. What's happening, Shoddy? How you doing? I am doing well. We're actually just about to end the stream here. I know I've got a whole bunch of other buddies streaming right now. So, you know, I think Killjoy Jake is streaming. That started about an hour ago. And then the Good Real Hunting guys are watching Barbarian over on their channel. I think that started about a half hour ago. So I just wanted to jump in here and cover some movie news really quick and jump out. I've actually got some somewhere to be here in about a half hour ish. So yeah, I'm just kind of closing things out and saying, starting to say the goodbyes. Breaking your heart again with what? My opinions on TV? What can you do? I'm a heartbreaker. I am a heartbreaker, Ashton. It's true. It's true. Last of Us has gotten worse with each episode, but don't waste your time. Oh, breaking the heart about Last of Us. Yeah. I sound so cynical. It feels like it's necessary to preface it. Stop being cynical, Daisy. Yeah, well, dude, I mean, most television is really bad, Aaron. So I think the general, like, you don't really need to say it's a generalization when it's like a sweeping, like when it's mostly true. You know, I'll allow people to think for themselves. I'm not going to tell people what to think. I'll allow it. Yeah, I know they're doing that memorial stream there. Yeah. That's what I've heard so many great things about Breaking Bad. At some point, I'll get around to it. At some point, I'll just go ahead and stream the whole damn thing. Yeah. All right, guys, cool. So I know it's a really short stream, not even an hour. Don't worry, though, guys. Remember, I'm going to go back on over here. Remember, we've got a stream tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be doing a live tier maker ranking of the Friday the 13th franchise where you guys do the voting. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait. And then after that, we're going to jump on over to the Discord and we're going to watch VHS Halloween at 10 p.m. Eastern. So you guys are getting tons of Davey tomorrow. So double dose of Big Daddy D tomorrow. Don't worry about it. You're going to get it. Okay. But this is going to be a short one. I'm going to head out here in a minute. Let me just grab a couple of these chats here. I agree that most TV sucks, but Breaking Bad, American Horror Story, and Stranger Things are all amazing shows. Oh, God, I hope Breaking Bad's really good. I did not really like American Horror Story or Stranger Things very much. But Breaking Bad, a lot of people have told me it's the best show ever. I won't be able to make it to that one since I'll be working at a scare house as Art the Clown. That sounds awesome, man. Best of luck. I hope you have a fun time, and I hope nobody physically assaults you. Oh, nada mucho, Victor. How are you doing, man? Great to see you. Breaking Bad is so good. It's my second favorite TV show ever. There you go. Yeah, you should be able to jump in for some of it there. Yes. Mystery Science Theater 3000 made bad movies good TV. Yeah, no, that's the best show of all time. Greatest show of all time is easily Mystery Science Theater 3000. For me, it's not even close. Yeah, and I know it's not really episodic, but I don't care. I don't know, dude. If you're working at a haunt and you're dressed as Art the Clown and you get a little close to someone, I don't go to haunted houses because they freak me out too much. I prefer my horror on a screen because I know there's protection there. No, I know what que pasa means. Yeah. That's why I said nothing much in Spanish. That's why I said that. What's happening, Dell? I am just wrapping things up, my guy, but you can always scrub on back. And we caught up, we just caught up on a few items of horror movie news here. So yeah, we are just closing things out. I'm sorry you missed us, but Dell, did you know that tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to do a live tier maker ranking of the entire Friday the 13th franchise? Did you know? Hell yeah. And Dell, if you are not joined up on our Discord server, that's free. There's a link in the description below. You can join us on Discord because we're going to watch VHS Halloween tomorrow night after this stream over on the Discord server. So thank you so much for jumping in. Really appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and close out the poll and see how you guys are feeling about my Yankees. So 61% of 36 people say that the Yankees will not win. They will lose tonight. Or 37 votes, sorry. So 59% of you say they'll lose. 41% say they'll win. All right. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Yeah, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me this time around. Thank you so much for jumping on in. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure to smash it on your way out of the stream. Subscribe if you haven't already, of course. I want to give a big shout out and thank you to our Patreon members, our YouTube channel members, and of course, our amazing group of Death Squad mods. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I will be back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. For what now? The live tier maker ranking of the Friday the 13th franchise. That's right. Oh, I can't wait. I love Fridays. Streaming on Fridays is so great. Maybe we'll have a special guest. It'll be a fun time no matter what. I'm looking forward so much to hanging out with you guys. But until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.